Hello, my name is Jonathan, and I'm going to be doing an informative speech about the overpopulation of California prisons. Do you ever think about the increasing prison population? Since 1994-2004, the Three Strikes Law that was implemented to reduce crime has increased the incarceration of about 87,500 inmates, according to Brown Jolivet's 2005 article, A Primer, Three Strikes, The Impact After More Than a Decade. Did the Three Strikes Law really reduce the crime, or did it just fill up our prisons? I will discuss the increase in prison population and how the Three Strikes Law is unfair and should be adjusted to only affect inmates who are committed of violent crimes. First, let me tell you about what the Three Strikes Law is. The Three Strikes Law that anyone who commits 3 felonies will be sentenced to life in prison. Back in 2000, Gary Ewing was caught stealing $400 worth of golf clubs at a Los Angeles, California golf course. Since he already had 2 non-violent felonies, he is now spending 25 years to life in prison. There are many inmates just like Ewing who are serving harsh sentences for non-violent crimes. This law significantly increases the minimum sentence to crimes if the inmates have had any kind of felony before. For example, if someone was convicted of burglary of a residence for the first time, they would face 2 years in prison, but if it was their second felony, they would now be facing 10 years. While before the law was placed, they would have only had to serve a little more than 4 years. Now let me tell you about the current problem that we have in California with prison population. And here is a graph to show the increase from 1994 to 2004. Matthew L. Cate did a report on prisons in California and raised a lot of issues, and the government started looking into ways to fix the problem. This was introduced in Peter Cattell's article he wrote in 2007 in the CQ Researcher called Prison Reform. The report that Matthew L. Cate wrote, it showed that the California prison system has 173,000 prisoners. Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger tried to do multiple things after this report came out. He first tried to ship out about 7,000 prisoners out of state, but that was denied. He also announced a $9.6 billion plan that would add 30,000 new beds to prisons and 50,000 to jails, and also add medical and mental health facilities. He also assembled a commission to examine the possibility of shortening the sentence of some of the inmates, but wanted no change to the Three Strike Law. The government was spending so much money to keep these inmates in jail, but did not want to address the issue that caused the overcrowding. And Brown Jolivet also wrote about 37% of the strikers that were convicted for crimes against people, more than half of the inmates serving this extreme sentence from the 3 strikes committed non-serious and non-violent crimes. So in conclusion, the Three Strikes Law had good intentions for reducing crime, but all it did was waste taxpayers' money. The money that is now spent on prisons to keep the inmates that did crimes that was no harm to anyone, it was just a waste. They should not be serving extensive sentences just because they committed felonies that are nonviolent. The money that can be saved from releasing some of these nonviolent inmates can be used to create programs for ex-cons that help them learn to live in the real world again and help them stay out the life of crime. Thank you for watching.